Good afternoon and welcome to Follow Everton. I'm here with my good friend, the Robster, and we have some build-up team news and maybe some tactical talk if we fancy it. The Robster, how
I
we
like that.
doing, mate?
Tactical talk, because we are the experts, aren't we, mate?
Yeah.
Sit back and
Hey, hang
relax,
on.
because the sun's shining. Today's the day. We're going to smash them. It's like get your pipe and slippers out, everyone.
The Robinator. The
Yeah,
Robinator. So, team news is in, mate. Team news
Yeah.
is in. One change, and that's Harrison in for Ashley Old.
Well, we thought that. There's no way he can play Young after the other night, in all fairness.
No, I mean he's finished, and let's be honest, he is finished, and maybe at right back he might have the rest of the season in him, but right mid he's not going there, is he?
Yeah, do you know what? Your body and your legs are different, and he should know that his legs are gone, and he should have said to the gaffer, "Listen, there's no way." I mean, is Matoma playing today for Brighton?
Let's have a little look, mate. See if anyone's put the Brighton team up. If anybody can put the Brighton team up for us, it'd be much appreciated.
Because he's just a box to box player. He's outstanding, and he'd just be rinsed. And it was embarrassing to. Do you know what is not nice? He's a nice guy, Ashley Young, but nobody wants to see anyone being embarrassed on a football pitch. And he's there in body, and he's there in mind, he's there in soul, but his legs aren't there, and that's not the way it should be. And Dicey should know that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's like, when do you call it a day? 38 years, 39 years of age. Do you know what I mean? When do you call it? I mean, he's either got 10 million kids and he's playing through the nose for the CSA, or he's got big gambling debts or something like that, because he doesn't need the money, Rob, does he? Do you know what I mean? So no, our fellow Evertonian here, fellow streamer, Aussie Chris, Lychee, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Coleman can't be fully fit, can he? Simple as that.
No, he missed the other night. We didn't know why. He's had a bit of an illness. There's a bug knocking around, isn't it? Do you know what they're calling it? The 100-day cough. Because it's kind of COVID plus bonuses. It's like it's knocked loads of people out. So I don't think it's food poisoning, but he's clearly got a bit of the leggy. So, and it just.
I think there's a serious case of shitolitis going around the teammates. They're all catching shitolitis. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, do you know what? I just hope that they leave that shitolitis behind today on the coach, and do something like a bit of magic, like they did last season, when we, in all fairness, we were in exactly the same position, down the bottom. We expected nothing, and then they went there, and it was like they literally smashed Brighton off the park, and everyone across the planet, not just Evertonians, were like,
I was shocked.
What happened there?
The chances of that happening again, though, are slim, aren't they, Rob? Because they're not going to get counter-attacked like they did the last season. But Emma's got a good point there. All right, Emma, how you doing, my love? Godfrey's been okay.
Read them out for me, because I've not got my glasses with me, so I can't even see the small print on the screen.
So Emma's saying that she thinks Godfrey's been okay, so he doesn't deserve to be dropped. So,
no, totally agree. Yeah. Thanks, Emma. Nice to see you.
So here's the Brighton team news from our mate Lychee. So yeah, what's his name? Is he on the bench?
No, well, I think he's got a bit of a bug as well,
Has he?
Yeah, so that's a massive plus for us, because he is. Let's just talk about Brighton for a sec. Brighton are where we would like to be on the pitch and off the pitch. They have a cracking scouting network. They sell for mega bucks. It's kind of like Monopoly money. They are a cash cow. They play cracking football. They've got a cracking football stadium. They've got a nice fan base, and I actually envy them, and I actually like them. They play cracking football. So if there's any Brighton supporters on, mate, it's not often I say that about an opposing team, but I am a true sportsman in all fairness, and I genuinely like Brighton.
Yeah, you know, kind of, if you was a neutral supporter, you'd look at them, and think the way they run superb. And who's there? Is he the director of football, Davy Weir? Is he director of football or head of recruitment or something?
I think he is now. He's got a job right upstairs now, hasn't he? You know, we would just love to be half as good as they are. Maybe one day. I don't know if we'll see it in my lifetime.
Do you know what, Rob? Do you know that a team that used to be like that, but was probably never as good as that, but were very, very, very similar at the time, a few years back, was Southampton. They were well run. They were bringing in players on the cheap and selling them for massive profits. But then they sold too many, and they couldn't recover from it.
Yeah. So who's on that team there, friend? Who's the threat for us there?
Well, I mean, there we go. Where's it gone? There we go. That's the bench. So Estepinian, absolutely tremendous football player. NC so you've got threats on the bench, Rob. Do you know what I mean? Oz. I'm seeing Oz and Chris. Just looking at that, Lamptey is a threat.
Yeah,
Billy Gilmore,
when
he broke onto the scene at Chelsea, played against us, absolutely tore us to bits.
Yeah, remember
what? I can't even say his name. Buonanotte, Ferguson, Adingra, fantastic in the AFCON. Absolutely fantastic. Got a goal as well. Got the winning goal, didn't he? For I can't even remember who it was. Who was in the final? Nigeria and Ivory Coast. Yeah, got the winning goal for the Ivory Coast. So yeah, they've got threats all over the pitch. Ferguson, very much like an old type centre forward, isn't he? You know what I mean? But he's got a bit about him. And I like him a lot, and it's no wonder that his name's getting bandied around amongst the big teams. You know what I mean? Because he's definitely one for the future to look out for. You know what I mean? But there's threats there. That's even without Mitoma on there. You know what I mean?
Right. So we've given him a bit of airtime, haven't we? We've given Brighton a bit of airtime. We've given him a bit of respect. What about us? Come on. What about us today? Is today the day, or is it just going to be post-match? Come on.
You know what?
Call it.
I think that we have got it in us to go there and do a job on them. We have got it in us, but at this present moment in time, the way they are, playing, I just hope he doesn't decide to play this long ball again, because people raving on the other day about the fact that Calvert-Lewin won 17 aerial duels or whatever. But if he's getting 50 balls played up to him and he's winning 17, it looks good. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, the football's terrible. He's got nobody running in behind him. So what good is it if he wins 17 balls out of 50?
Yeah, I mean, that's all right if he's got a sidekick who's then going to take those 17 balls on and score a goal or make something of it. But some of them balls were, he was winning the duel, but it was going nowhere.
Going absolutely nowhere, no. And just before we carry on, and I'm fully waiting to get the backlash here from what I'm about to say. Right?
Backlash.
I am going to wish the Reds all the best tomorrow for the Carabao Cup final, because I would rather them win a cup than any London team or Manchester team. So good luck to the Reds, and I hope you bring it back to the city. So there you go. Because I'm old.
Yeah.
Me and Robbie are old school when we used to go to Wembley on the train together. We used to go to the grounds together for the derbies. We used to have a pint together in the pub, and it was all cushy. Now it's gone the opposite way, where we hate each other's guts. I hate Liverpool as a football team, but the fans, I've got good friends who are Liverpool fans. So good luck to them.
Yeah, no, I'll endorse that, mate. And you're right, we are old school, so maybe some of the younger viewers might not get onto the fact.
What happened there?
Don't know. I don't. Never. Well, I haven't. I can't even touch any buttons today because I'm not in charge. So there you go.
That wasn't me. There's somebody in the background playing around with it.
Well, that'll be the main man, won't it? Because you just mentioned a certain team across the park. So there you go. That's what you get. Mate. That's good. It's a little bit of as I was saying. Maybe some of the younger viewers might not understand what we're saying there, but yeah, Wes and I are old school. We can remember the old days, and let me assure you, boys and girls, the old days were far better than the new days these days, because that's when we were right at the top, and it was side by side, and you'd sit next to someone with a different coloured shirt. A little bit more, in fact, a lot more toxic these days. Anyway, we'll move on from that one.
Yeah, I've said that. I've said that, and I'll stand by it.
Yeah,
today, mate. I think we'll get a draw. I think we'll get a 1-1 draw. That's in my gut.
Okay.
Obviously, I want to win. But
and who's up for banging that one goal in for us today then?
So what? I'm going to go with Dwight McNeil because he scored 2 last year, and I think today is the day that he's gonna shine today, because I think if we do try and counter attack them, I think he's the man that's going to do it.
Yeah, as we've said before, Wes, the shackles are off, aren't they, when we're away from home, and we've been playing well away from home, as you and I have said on our streams. Something's quite kind of not right at home. It's kind of like maybe they feel the tension from the crowd and what's been going on off the pitch and whatever. But today it's almost like, do you know what? Get the ball and chain off your ankles, and you play with a little bit of freedom and a little bit of flair, and we can give them a game if we decide that's what we're going to do. And I think we'll know in the first 5 or 10 minutes if we're up for it. But it's literally, it cannot just be. I don't know why they can't play the way they played last season. So let Brighton have the ball, So they've got the possession, and then bang, hit them, and then obviously make the chances that we get, convert them. We just need to be more clinical. DCL needs to be on the end of them, and is as soon as that goal goes in, mate, he's going to be playing like I won't say like Messi.
Let's get carried away.
Yeah, no. Let's just say he won't be like Messi. He won't be messing about.
No, I think it's interesting to hear as well that Dice has come out and admitted that the players are feeling the pressure of this 10.6, or is that a cop out, Rob?
Well, do you know what? Because it's gone on and on and on, and he's been protecting them, and he has, because we've been listening to the previews, haven't we? And he's been asked the direct questions, and he's gone, no, not really. No, we just get on with what we're doing. And I'm thinking, I know exactly what you're doing, but sometimes you've got to be dead honest. And like I've said on the streams here, Wes, make a point about the likes every time you have a press conference. I'd be saying Richard Small Club is for what I'd be calling the Premier League fit to burn. And they'll find me. That's all right. Find me. I'm a millionaire. That's not a problem. You can find me as much as you want. I would stir the shit up as often as I could with what's going on. So it's kind of, that's where I sit on that one, mate.
No, I'm with you. I think that and he has raised it, like in his press conference, the fact that the delaying the outcome of it. But all these, as a team now, all they can do is go out and win games, Rob.
Yeah.
Like and yeah, I get that it's affecting them, but try and affect it for yourself in a positive way. You know what I mean? Try and just go out and win games. It's as simple as that, and the pressure will ease on you, isn't it?
Yeah. Because no teams are just going to roll over and go, we like Everton. Yeah, come and get your 3 points here because like we're in solidarity with you. Everyone's going to try and batter Everton week in, week out. And because that's what it is, it's do or die in the Premier League, isn't it? Because there's so much money involved. So we are, I think, at the moment, we're our own worst enemy because you can't, the minute they put their heads down and go, we're all done for, we're all doomed, we're knackered.
Yeah. And it's the thing is, the scary thing about it now is it's heading that way because of the uncertainty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we all know that, like I was saying today to a lad I picked up today who was going the game today. The problem you've got is, like, so people are saying that it's affecting the whole league. It's not affecting the whole league. It's affecting Forest, Crystal Palace, us, and Luton. Because I think Sheffield United and Burnley are gone. I think they're gone, right? So it's affecting 4 teams, right? So now you've got a situation where we're waiting to see the outcome of the appeal. Now, I think personally, this is my opinion. I don't know whether anyone agrees with me, but the longer it goes on, our top-notch lawyer is hopefully give them a lot to think about, to ponder over. Do you know what I mean? So if we weren't going to get any points back, they'd have just gone, no, you're keeping your 10 points, wouldn't he?
So what are you saying? No news is good news. Is that what you're saying, Wes?
No news at the moment. It doesn't help us. I get that. It doesn't help us as fans. But we've sort of all bought into this rhetoric that it was going to be mid-February, weren't it? And that's because Sky and all that and the media pushed that. But from what I've heard otherwise, it was always going to be the end of February. So we'll do sit and wait.
Richard Small Club, because that's what I call him now. Richard Small Club. He's kept his gob shut, hasn't he? He hasn't been leaking things to his mates in the press. No. That's the difference this time.
But this was the thing when with the supposed 12 points that was leaked. Do you know what I mean? But now it's all gone quiet, hasn't it? Like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to stick my neck out again today, and I mean these draws, mate. Okay, you're getting the points, but these points, I know they all count up, but 1 point is like, I think if we got 1 point today, would I be happy? I mean, look how desperate we are. We've got to get Wes. We've got to get 3. It's kind of, we've got 13 cup finals, haven't we?
Yeah, but we keep saying it every game, but at the moment you'd prefer us to be away from home, wouldn't you, Rob? Because they're absolutely dreadful at Goodison, and you're like,
the fans will sing, won't they? They'll sing all game.
Yeah, you've got to give them something to sing about.
Yeah, they'll sing all game today, whereas at Goodison that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I said to that lad that I dropped off today in town to get the coaching down to Brighton. I said it must be hard as a away supporting Evertonian going there singing your heart out every other week, and they can constantly let you down. You know what I mean? Or even if you go home and away, and they constantly let you down.
What did he say? Yeah,
you've got. He said it is. He said it is hard. He said, but what you do otherwise? Just sit. I said the thing is, it's all well and good. These fans of opposition teams coming out and saying that the Everton fans were the best that's been in our ground for donkey's years. And that's nice to hear, but has it got as a result?
But we want them to say that's the best team that we've seen, don't we?
Yeah, we want them to. Yeah, we want a performance. But somebody highlighted there, Dobbin not in the team, not even on the squad. So to me, that he must have an injury, because you wouldn't put an academy player on the bench instead of him, would you?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So what? How do you think that Brighton's gonna play this, Rob? Do you think they're just gonna try and like outmuscle us, or because they got Ferguson?
Yeah, I think they'll come out, and I think they'll test our resolve in the first 5 minutes. You get the feel in the first 5 minutes whether you're up for it. It's kind of like 100 meters, isn't it? You're out to start blocks, or you're just going to go, do you know what? I can't be asked today. So they'll know, and then if that's the case, we're going to get mauled well and truly. So we've got to compete with them. But I do believe that our games when we went 4 on the bounce, when we got the 10-point reduction and had 4 wins, that was the possession game. So let Brighton have the possession and then hit them on the break like we did last season. But to be clinical, I don't see us clinical at the moment. But today could be the day. I've just got to live in hope, mate, because hope is the only. In life, everything's great with me. Absolutely, I've won the lottery of life. But with my football team,
it's the hope that kills you, Rob. It's the hope that kills you. You know what I mean? But like I say, nothing surprises you with Everton. Like you could go there today and absolutely steamroller them again. I mean, I can't see it happening, because I think De Zerbi have learned from that game, and he'd be fully expecting us to allow them to have the ball and come on to us and then try and get them on the counter. But you look at the team, and there's not much pace in there, is there? Maybe it was crying out today for a Beto or a Chimiti with the pace. You know what I mean? But once again, he's gone with an out of form DCL, and I think myself personally, I think he's doing them more harm than good by playing him, because the more and more chances he gets and he misses, the more and more his confidence is going to be destroyed. Do you know what I mean? So maybe it might be just to throw him on the bench and say, look, we're going to give you, we're going to give you a little bit of respite and give somebody else a little try, and maybe throw him on with 20 minutes to go or something.
I mean, that might happen next week. It might not against West Ham, but if it hasn't happened today on 70 minutes, I would say that Dyche will change things earlier than he normally would with his substitutes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think also that, I can't remember the last time we came from a losing position to win. I can't remember it. I think the last time I remember is against Crystal Palace last season.
Yeah.
I think that was the last game we actually went behind and come back and won.
And we should remember things like that, but we've been so poor for such a long time that you kind of forget the good days, don't you?
Yeah, but you it's all right coming back and getting a point, but you shouldn't be getting the points against Crystal Palace. You should be winning them games. They're the games that you have to win. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I had us down with Palace, West Ham, and the game after that. I just can't recall the game after that. I had us down for 7 points out of 9, thinking, well, that'll be progress, 7 out of 9. But because we only got 1 against Palace. Oh, sorry, yeah, Palace, Brighton, and West Ham next week. So 7 points. But to get 7 points now, we've got to beat Brighton today and West Ham next week. So all of a sudden, 7 points might only be possibly 5, a point today and 3 points next week. But I'm still going for a 2-1 away win today, because I'm thinking they're going to get off the coach and go, hey, we did the business last year. Dicey's had a little chat with us and said, look, just play with a little bit of grace, a bit of freedom, and and a little bit of luck. By the way, we don't seem to have much luck on and off the pitch. I mean, that's been the case for years. So I am going for a 2-1, and I am going to put DCL on the score sheet today.
Oof.
I've got to.
You know, we can keep hoping. As Irene, afternoon, Irene, like she's in Italy. Continental we are, Rob. Continental. He says, hello, my two mates from a rainy Italy. Hope for a good result. It's sunny here, you know. It's sunny over your side of the water, Rob.
Mate, I'm literally having to put these on because of the sun that's coming through on my Velux windows.
The Robinator there.
Oh yeah, Velux, mate. No expense spared.
Who's that? Peter Duggan.
Hi, Peter.
Total of 52 games between DCL and Beto this season. They've scored 7 goals.
Prolific.
What more do you want, Peter Duggan? 7 goals between them. Come on, mate. No, the thing is, they are championship goal scorers at the moment. Do you know what I mean? But do we play to the strengths?
Mate,
do you know what I mean?
You just said the magical word. We're a championship team at the moment.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't change.
Well, you look at the thing is, right? Neil Maupay scoring goals for Brentford because the way they play suits him. Right?
Yeah.
The way we play, does it suit any strikers at all? You know what I mean? It does. Like, could you put Messi in there?
What's a striker?
I know. Could you put Haaland in the Everton team and he'd score goals? I think he'd struggle. I really do. I think he'd struggle because we don't supply enough. Well, I say supply. We don't create that many chances where he's going to score goals. You know what I mean?
You know what, Wes? At the start of the season, when we were getting beat at home, and like that run started where what's that one?
Mate, Chris Domino.
Hi, Chris.
He's calling me Jeff Weston, but just not very good. Go on, mate,
but we still support them. But we still support them. At the start of the season, mate, you know, when we were getting beat, like at home, and we were going, what's going on there against what we would say lesser teams? Because, you know, maybe we think we are bigger than what we actually are, but we were creating loads and loads and loads of chances, but we just couldn't score.
No.
Now, we're not creating loads and loads and loads of chances, and we're still not scoring.
Yeah, but the chances that we are creating are few and far between. But when they come in, they're like gilt-edged chances, and they're getting squandered. You know what I mean?
Squandered with a capital S. So today's the day, mate. I've got to go. Today's the day, and if you see me gutted on post-match, because yes, yours truly, Pinky and Perky, Starsky and Hutch, we are going to be doing post-match today as well. I want to have a smile on my face, and do you know what? I'll crack open a bottle of champagne and just show it to you, but I won't drink it on air. I'll drink it after I've finished. So if we win today, the champers is getting cracked open. Outside.
Here's another thing, right? Which has got me like in a tither. You know what I mean? There's people going on about players. Nobody's been sent off against us. We haven't had a penalty, right? We don't get chances in the box, and we don't get players in the box when we get towards the box to be given penalties. You know what I mean? Like we cross balls in. We don't do little intricate passes in the box where, you know, quick feet's gonna get you a yard of space so the defender sticks his leg in. We don't do that. We don't play that way. So this thing about not getting a penalty is all down to the fact that we don't get in the bloody box. We haven't got no creative players to get in there and
No.
knock little intricate passes in there.
Yeah, not often enough anyway. I mean, we have had a few possible dodgy calls this season, but when it goes to the analysis after the game, you'll have ex-referees using the terminology and certain pundits. It was a coming together.
Yeah, but
when it suits.
Yeah, the Blues. Who's got quick feet in our squad? Dwight McNeil, like at a push. You know what I mean? Dwight McNeil at a push.
Ben Godfrey at a push, but he's not. I mean, we're struggling. Yeah, we're trying to be positive, but we're struggling because we're in a little bit of a predicament. We're in a little bit of a mess, and we're all sort of hopeful, both on and off the pitch, that things are going to go our way over the coming weeks. So we're trying to be as positive as possible, everyone. But it's not easy, is it?
No. Beto's got flippers, not feet. Fair dues, Emma.
Yeah, Emma. They are size 15s as well, mate.
You know what they say about people with big feet?
No, never heard.
Big socks, mate. Well, that's the thing is with Everton's play, it's so slow. It's either long ball or it's so slow and methodical. It gives the opposition the chance to get back. And 9 times out of 10, like when we got them four games on the trot, the 4 wins on the bounce. The confidence was up. Everybody was asking for the ball. Now players are back hiding again. You know what I mean? Nobody wants the ball. It's like a potato. As soon as they get it, they want to pass it off. They want it, and it's usually backwards to the goalkeeper or sideways to Tarkowski.
I like that. Potato. I like that, mate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but since the Onana penalty miss, we've not been the same, have we?
No.
That was. I don't know if everyone just went. I can't be asked.
Yeah, but I mean that was a chance to get.
Yeah,
there was a chance to get into the semi-finals
semis,
in the Carabao.
Get the semis, yeah.
You know, so to miss out on that, but we can. You know what, Rob? At the end of the day, we can keep making excuses for them, but ultimately they're the ones that can turn things around. You know, the 10-point deduction. You know, the tactics and this, that, and the other. They're the ones on the pitch. They're the ones that can change things around. And
mate, are they on £10.42 an hour?
Mate, they probably won't be far off with that, Skins.
I mean, the bank accounts are bulging. That it's so big. It's like they just cannot afford to let what's going on affect them, because if that's the case, then they'll always be the team that let us down, and we went down to the championship. So they've got. I know Tarkowski's a leader, and I know he's teaching Branthwaite, and Coleman's not there, and he's kind of, you know, because his legs he's not got much in his legs. But I do wonder where the leaders are, because I don't see DCL as a leader. I don't see Jack Harrison as a leader. McNeil's not a leader. So I'm wondering where the leaders are. Onana, make no bones about it, mate. Onana's getting sold in the summer. Without a shadow of a doubt. Whether we stay up or whether we go down, Onana is gone. But I want to see him be the superstar that he's going to be for another club, where they all go, "Oh my God, isn't he amazing?" I want him to be amazing. I know he scored midweek. Yeah, great. Absolutely. In fact, it wasn't midweek. It was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I want to see him. I want to see someone step up and go, right, okay, come on. Until from now to the end of the season, 13 games. I mean, the clock is ticking. It's seriously ticking, and it's not in our favour.
No, and I think, like you say, Onana. I mean, if Everton goes down, like this is another thing I was talking about to this lad that I dropped off going the game today, was that you look at the other lot across the park, right, and they're bringing on all these young lads from the academy and stuff that played the other night against Luton. right? And you think, we've got two sitting on the bench we've never even seen, right? And then you get Dobbin, who's not even on the bench today, and he's getting bit parts. But when was the last time you'd actually heard of any decent academy players that were for Everton that are out there? Because bearing in mind, if the unthinkable happens and we do get relegated, right? Oh, like you said, Onana's going, Pickford's going, Branthwaite's going. So you'll have a team. You basically got to have to play these young kids, and are they going to be good enough to get us out of the Championship?
Yeah. Well, they're just a name, aren't they? They're just a name and a face, and we want to see.
Someone said Dobbin is on the bench. I'm getting mixed messages here. People saying that Dobbin wasn't even on the bench.
Let me have a peep, friends. Keep talking.
There's another one as well, James Garner. Do you think him coming out and saying about the booing and this, that, and the other, and I don't like to. I've never booed an Everton team in my life. I ain't going to start now. But do you think that's a cop out, Rob, from him? Because he hasn't been spectacular, has he? You know what I mean?
He's not on the bench, mate.
Dobbin's not on the bench.
No, Dobbin is not on the bench. I can confirm that.
Stu's giving me duff information there.
I know what James Garner said. Yeah, I think personally, I think it's a bit of a plea because they all know that they let the fans down. They let themselves down against Crystal Palace. The manager got it wrong. He got it wrong. No ifs or buts about it. Young should have been hoofed off after 10, 15, 20 minutes. And, that's a strong manager, isn't it? To go, right, my system's not working, bang, Onana, on you go, whatever, or whoever, on you go, Dobbin, on you go. Because it wasn't working. The first 45 minutes were woeful. So I think that's him going, look, bear with us. We're trying to do our best and whatever, but there's no place to hide. Is that when you're out there, you're performing, aren't you? If you go to an opera and they're not doing the business, people aren't going to go, well, they're having a go.
Mm. But do you think that Dyche is he's pinpointed the capabilities of this team, and that's why he's playing hoofball? Or
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's him. I think genuinely nice fella. I like him. I genuinely do like him. I do. But I think he's very limited with his tactics and his substitutes and whatever. So I think he's kind of bang average. And I think we are just bang average. We're not exciting. So when people are spending hundreds of pounds a game or a season to have a season ticket, you want to go and you want to be entertained, mate. When we used to go, when in our day we were entertained, you'd come out and you'd have the wow factor. You're coming out now and you're feeling like you want to phone the Samaritans up.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Because we are piss poor.
Do you remember? I mean, the thing is, right, is that. Do you remember a few years back when Everton played Man United? Now, it doesn't take much to get an Everton crowd up, right?
Yeah, was that the midweek game when Duncan Ferguson scored the winner?
No, it wasn't that far back. It was when Phil Neville crunched Ronaldo. Remember? And that was that one tackle.
Yeah.
Changed the game. That one tackle got the fans
touchline. Yeah,
and it got the fans right up, and that's what they've got to do. The team, it's okay saying, the booing and all that is affecting us, and well, to stop that, you have to perform on the pitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? The booing because you're shit, not because you're good. The booing because you're garbage.
Yeah, I don't see anyone making that tackle anymore, and if they did, and if it was an Everton player, they'd be sent off.
Be sent off. Yeah, you can't. You can't get away with that no more. But and that's only a few years ago. How long ago was that? About about 5, 6 years ago.
Maybe a little bit longer because I've been retired 7, so it was before that. Yeah, so I think it's longer than what you actually think.
So that's not even when in footballing terms, like 7, 8 years ago, considering how much the laws of the game have changed, isn't really a long time. But there's been massive strides in regards to it going towards more like a non-contact sport than anything. You know what I mean?
Well, for certain teams, yeah.
Yeah.
Other teams can potentially get away with daylight robbery, but there you go. That's life.
I'm a good member of our followers here asking for the lineup. Rob, do you want to rattle it off your phone there, mate, and let her know what it is?
Yeah,
so
just bear with
the
me.
Usual Pickford thing. There's only one change, Everton Rose, to the game against Palace, and that's Harrison in for Ashley Old.
So if you're not aware, you didn't see that Crystal Palace game. Pickford, Godfrey Tarkowski, Brantwaite, Michaelenko at the back. Garner, Harrison, McNeil, Dukes, and TCL up front. So, friends, are you happy with our pre-match then? And that was funny. That was a funny one before. We shall investigate. When we were talking about a certain club, we shall investigate who hit the button and put the following scenario in. Yeah,
I know who hit the button.
Rest assured.
Absolutely no need for it.
We've got a long memory of our Wesley and I, so bear that one in mind. There will be some payback for that. So yes, revenge. Is it this?
Yes.
Fresh served cold. Oh yes.
It is. It is indeed. And ice cream.
Yeah. So friends, I'll see you post-match about 5, will it be?
Or earlier? About 5 o'clock. About 5 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll let people settle down and, get the champagne out.
Crack the champagne open.
Crack open the bubbly. Our good old friend here, Charles Stevenson's joined us. Good afternoon, Charles.
Hi, Charles. Hi, Charles, mate.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Hang on. We're being told to wait here. Someone's coming on. There's Chris.
Mate, I'll leave you to him because I've literally got to shoot. I've got to do something before I go and watch the stream. Okay.
Go on. What's your prediction, Rob? 2-1.
Hello, gents.
2-1 to Everton. 2-1 to Everton.
Up the Toffees. All right, mate. You're doing the watch along, aren't you, Chris? Can you hear me? You're muted.
Hello.
Go on, mate. Are you doing the watch along, Chris?
Yeah. Sorry, there was a bit of technical there. Yeah, I'm doing the watch along here. Give me 5 minutes, and we're gonna. There's a watch along available for those that want to do that. So that was the thing I think Ryan was saying to wait off on. So if we want to end this one, or we can chat for a couple minutes before we transfer, all good. That Wi-Fi was funny. It was working perfectly fine, and then I cut in, and I think it was a bit tricky there. So apologies, everyone.
No worries, mate. Just gonna go through the predictions, mate. What do you think? Robbie's gone for 2-1. I'm gonna go for 1-1.
Oh, I said 3-3 last night, and it's not looking like we're playing adventure.
3-3.
I was just, when you pick those stupid results that happen once a year, and you look like you're a genius if it works out, but usually it's just a throwaway, like attention grabbing prediction. That's what it's looking like right now. I think realistically it's 1-1.
So what are you going for?
I think it's 1-1. Not DCL. I think Doucouré scores. I don't know when yet. I think it'll be after halftime, or it's like we had last time, 30 seconds in, and we hold the fort and we slip up at some point.
Well, I'm going to go for McNeil to add to his 2 from last season. So I'm going to go 1-1 McNeil.
I would love a McNeil goal. He needs it more than Doucouré does.
I was trying to catch your stream last night. I only caught a little bit from what for what I watched, it was very good. So anybody that's out there and the struggling for something to do at midnight here, but what time would it be over your way? About 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something?
So that one was about as early as I could get off work. I finish at 4, but I've got to, get home and set up. So it was 5 o'clock for me in Arizona time, and I think it was Ohio 7 p.m. And it finished just in time for Chad to have his kid go to bed around 8 o'clock their time when it finished. So that's how we kind of line it up.
So yeah, so our good friends, Aussie Chris and Chad, are now doing late night streams, Everton streams from across the pond, and believe me, they're very good, and they know the stuff.
I'm glad you're hyping me up, Wezzo. Thank you.
Listen, at the end, mate, I'm not hyping you up. You and Chad, they say from what I watched earlier on, it was very good. Very good. Some good content in there, and you managed to drag out probably it's a 10-15 minute stream for about 50 minutes, which. When you talk about Everton, there's never any not to talk about, really.
Well, that's the thing. We can talk about of how poor we are for as long as we want. Sometimes I think we can wallow in that, but I think, as weird as it sounds, it is an honour from Scousers to appreciate those that are on the periphery of the community, not being from Liverpool, but have been kind of adopted into this this unit here, and that what we have to say impacts for others. I think that it's really touching that my opinions are popular or that are being received well from
values.
That's been really fun.
Values. When all said and done, we've all watched Neyman. We've all got an opinion on Everton Football Club, but we've all got the best interest of Everton Football Club at heart. We all love Everton Football Club, and we're all allowed an opinion. Do you know what I mean? We're all allowed an opinion. Whether that matches up to what other people's opinion is immaterial, because that's your opinion. People have their opinion when they mention stuff in the comments. You know what I mean? And we always share people's opinions. It's not like we hide them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but everybody seems to be pleased with what you and Chad are dishing out there, mate.
Yeah. So if you guys are worried that I'm crying, I've got a slight blocked nose, so don't worry. I'm not as I won't be the muscle to support Chad on the beach with Wez and Robster when he gets a bit of crap, but it's more of a sniffle, not a tearing. But all the same, appreciate the love, guys.
Everyone, you know what? We've got the potential to have content 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just talking absolute wham about Everton for 24 hours a day. I mean, when this appeal decision comes out, my God, that could be a potential record breaker for Follow Everton. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't that be it? We all have to stop our day jobs, and then everyone, kind of like telethons and this kind of thing, where someone is on back to back for an hour, no matter what, just to keep funds going, to see if we can get the Premier League to give us a result faster. We've
got that ability. You know what I mean? We've got that in our locker, that we can do that. You know what I mean? Us this side of the pond could do a 12-hour stint, and then you and Chad could take over for the following 12 hours. Yeah. And people are tuned into that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we have a really interactive forum here, and I think that's what dragged me into Follow Everton in the first place, is that how fun and welcoming and interactive our live stream is as well. So for all of you that are involved, thank you. We try to let's say lighten things up a bit, rather than it just be all doom and gloom. Like Jim Watson there, he's just going on about the points. Everybody's got thoughts on it, but it's like we keep talking about this, and it's immaterial at the end of the day, Jim, because we've got 10 points. If the appeal goes successful, we might get some points back. But at this present time, we've got 10 points and we have to deal with it. So there's no point in keep harping on about it. Every stream, it feels like it's getting a bit boring now until we get the results of the appeal. We just have to sit and wait, don't we, mate?
Yeah. I mean, all we can do is really control what we can control. That is not Luton getting points. That is not Crystal Palace losing points. It is all about us taking advantage of the opportunities we can get to gain points. And it won't matter if we get, I mean, another deduction is going to kill us. But if we don't, if what we have is these 10, it's in our hands. Luton have lost their form, and we just need to get ours back. So I might leave you here and get ready for the next stream here, Wes. But great content, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay.
All right, mate. See you all. Like and subscribe, and watch along. The three amigos.